A fire burning out of control, reports of a resident trapped inside.
And yet when the Kirby Fire Department and other fire crews arrived last Friday, they could not hook up their largest hoses. The threads on their adapters did not fit the fire hydrants.
That fire happening at a home on Lockmore, that's near Kirby. Our Jesse DeGriato looks into how this all happened.
The water used to put out this fatal fire last Friday had to come from other fire hydrants and other pumper trucks because the Kirby Fire Department's 5-inch hose adapter didn't fit 3 of the nearby hydrants.
We actually had the whole hose blow off the hydrant because we couldn't get a good fitting right here.
His reaction?
Really can't say. Probably not good for TV.
He says Kirby and some of the other fire departments on scene had the same problem they'd never seen before.
Absolutely not.
Firefighters resorted to using smaller 3-inch hoses with less water volume to fight a fire this large with a victim trapped inside.
Unfortunately, we were behind the 8 ball when we got the call, and nobody could have predicted this.
Checking hydrants usually involves taking the caps off and flushing the system.
Attaching the adapter is not something that's normal for us.
But in light of what happened last Friday, should it be part of the inspection?
At this point, I would say yes, and that's actually what we're doing today.
He says only 1 out of 7 inspected Monday in that neighborhood worked with their adapter.
You want to look at the fire hydrants there and make sure that your equipment is going to work with that equipment.
Hayden says the San Antonio Fire Department's adapter worked fine and other water was on scene.
They had what they needed, it just made it a little bit more difficult.
Still, those who knew the victim who died say they can't help but wonder.
If the fire hydrant had been working at the time when it was needed, my friend might still be alive today.
Well, the Kirby Fire Department captain, who was the first on the scene, says the fire already was so intense due to the clutter inside, there was no way they could have actually saved the poor man who was in there. His name has not yet been released. Now, as for the fire hydrants, both SAWS and the Kirby Fire Department say they are working together to make sure that certainly their adapters and the fire hydrants are compatible. We're live here in East Bexar County. Jesse DeGriato, KSAT 12 News.